Good morning. This is class 12 of our chapter Unit DSP techniques. Now, today's topic is decimation in time or DIT algorithm, radix to FFT. That is one word, and decimation in frequency or DAF. Okay. Now, I think we have studied what are the steps that are followed in decimation in time or DIT, and what is DIT and all. Now today we will learn about the algorithm, that is DIT algorithm based on radix to FFT. Okay. Now this is actually the second last topic of this particular unit 2 DSP techniques. Now I think the last topic in this unit I will give you as the assignment. So the assignment, the question I will give you at the end of this class. Okay. So this is let us start the session. So this assignment, I think you can submit it by October 5th. So that is a long time that I have given. It is mainly based on this one, like radix to DFT and all. So the question I will give you at the end. Now let us begin with the algorithm or decimation time algorithm based on a radix 2 or base to FFT. As already discussed in last class, the basis behind this decimation in time is that if you are given an n point sequence, say x of n, you divide it into two n by 2 point sequences. Say we are giving a name x1r and x2r. Here x1r represents even components and x2r represents odd components. So we can write x1r as x of 2r and x2r as x of 2r plus 1, because it is representing odd component. Okay, where r ranges from 0 to n by 2 minus 1. Now the next step is you are going to calculate the DFT of x1r and x2r. That is how will you calculate the x1 of k is the DFT of x1r. It is given by summation from r equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1. As already mentioned, the general formula is the same. The only change is here instead of x of n you are writing x of 2r, then w n by 2 r k, that is a twiddle factor, and the DFT of x2r is given by x2 of k, summation from r equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1 x of 2r plus 1. That is this x of 2r plus 1, because x1r is x of 2r, that's why you have written here, and x of x2r it will be x2r plus 1, that is written here. Then the twiddle factor will be the same. Then after that you are individually calculating the DFTs of even component x1r and x2r, and after that you are computing the DFT of the whole endpoint sequence, say x of n, which is given by the usual representation, which we already studied. So these are the three steps involved, and now you are computing in detail the DFT of the original sequence x of n. That is, and let us begin with this one. This is again we know this is a sequence. We have already divided it into odd part and even part. Okay, so this is the even part and this is the odd part. This is split into two. Then after that, since this is x of n in even, it stands for, as already said, is x of 2r, and the other one will be x of 2r plus 1. And so in place of just a few changes will occur. In place of n you are substituting 2r, so here n also will become 2r. Then after that, what about the odd component x of n? It will be x of 2r plus 1. So in place of n also you will be writing 2r plus 1. Okay, this small changes will happen in each of these steps, so look at it carefully. Then after that, this step is kept as such. Then this one you are splitting it into two, that is this one is split into two, that is wn to rk 1 dot wn of k. This one is separated into two, this you already know. Then again this is kept as such. Then about this one, you are taking this one here, you are taking it outside, and the other one is written as such. Then after that, the other change is you are taking this n as n by 2, so this will become rk. There is a change here. Then similarly here also this 2 will not be there, since n by 2 becomes that 2 will not be written there. So that is another change. Then so this is nothing but x1 of k, that is DFT of x1r, that is the DFT of the even component. And then about this one, this is written as such. And what about this? This is nothing but x2 of k, which is the DFT of the odd component x2 of r, k ranging from 0 to n minus 1. So the basis behind or the fundamentals of decimation in time is that if you are given an original sequence, say x of n, you are splitting it into two, that is x1r and x2r, where x1r represents even component and x2r represents odd component. Then what you do, you compute the DFTs of each. This you compute the DFT of the even component x1r as x1k and the DFT of the odd component x2r as x2k. After that you combine this x1k and x2k to get the DFT x of k of the original sequence x of n. So that is the basis of DIT. Now, at the end of the computation, output is stored in the same register previously occupied by the corresponding input. That is, in DFT, the memory location used in DIT is in-place computation, which means that output is stored in the same memory location where the corresponding input is already stored. So, this process actually saves memory requirement. So, please note the point, in-place computation. Now this is just a mathematical representation or illustration of a radix to DIT algorithm. See, here you have got one single signal with 16 points. That is, this is a single signal. It has got 16 points. That is, you can assume this as an n point sequence. Now as per DIT, you are dividing that n sequence into n by 2 sequences. You are dividing that, or you are splitting, or you are transforming that original endpoint sequence into two n by 2 point sequences, one comprising of even components and the other comprising of odd components. So since it is 16, n by 16 will be 16 by 2, so that will be 8. So you have two signals of 8 points, that is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 even components. This is 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. odd component. Again you are splitting that 8 point sequences each into again n by 2, so that will be 4 signals of 4 point, like this. Again you are splitting this 4 point into n by 2, so that will be of 8 signals of 2 points. Again you are dividing that 16 signals of 1 point. This is how it is this DIT technique, or the technique behind DIT, is illustrated. Next is decimation frequency. Actually this is DIF is not there in your syllabus, but I am teaching why, because this DIF also is a part of FFT, or fast Fourier transform. So FFT is there in your syllabus, that is why I am teaching DIF also. So but when you study, give more stress to DIT and its illustration. I mean decimation in time, its principle, the algorithm and the illustration. Okay, this DIF you can just go through it. Now what does DIF means? The splitting into sums over even and odd frequencies indices. That is, decimation is done in frequency domain. Here the algorithm principle is that it's a popular form of FFT algorithm. In DIF algorithm, output sequence, that is x of k, is divided into smaller and smaller sequence, just the reverse. You are starting from here. This is the starting just the opposite of DIT is DIF. That is, the input sequence x of n is divided into two sequences, x1n and x2n, consisting of first n by 2 samples of xn and the last n by 2 samples of xn. So this will be understood in the principle, that is DIF algorithm principle. Here it is described more clearly. That is, you are given an endpoint sequence. First in DIF, what do you do is you split it into two n by 2 point sequences. So in that case, the former n by 2 point is represented as xn and the latter n by 2 point is represented by x of n plus n by 2. And after that you calculate the DFT of the endpoint sequence x of n, as already mentioned. Now here the common one is Twiddle factor Wnk of n. So it's taken out, the rest written is in the bracket, where k ranging from 0 to n minus 1, and finally you separate the even and odd numbered samples of x of k. So just go through this DIF. Now what are the similarities between DIT and DIF? That is, both have identical computation complexity, that is for n equal to 2 raised to l, there are total l stages, number of stages is l, and each stage has n by 2 computation. As already seen, each computation has one multiplication and two additions. Both obey in place computation. What is in place computation? Both output and that is output is stored in the same memory location where the input is already stored, and this actually saves memory locations. Now DIT flow graph can be transposed to DIF flow graph and vice versa. Both can be interchanged from each other. Next is the difference between DIT and DIF. Now in DIT, the input is in bit reversed order and output is in natural order, whereas in DIF just the opposite. Now in DIT, multiplication is done before addition, whereas in DIF just the reverse. Okay. Now there is one more concept named butterfly flow graph. See here, you have studied this equation, that is for a 2-point DFT in the early class, and this can be again written like this. So you will get two equations like this. How will you get this equation? Means you have to substitute k equal to 0 first. So this will become x, the DFT will become x of 0, then in place of n you are again substituting 0, and here w and k will be, n will be 0, so it will be w0. Then you substitute 1 in place of k, that is again this, you will get this. So on substituting each of these values, you will get these two equations, x of 0 plus x of 1 and x of 0 minus x of 1, and these are represented, these two equations can be represented in a form like this, and this particular representation like this is called butterfly flow graph. Now here some examples are there for this butterfly flow graph. That is, here they have shown the decomposition of an endpoint DFT. Here n is equal to 8, that is n is equal to 8 means x of 0 to x of 7, and so that particular sequence is divided or split or decomposed into 2-point DFT into 2 n by 2 point points, this n by 2 point DFT and again n point. So each of its output will have 4 parts. See, you are given an n point sequence, that is x0 to x7, this one, and you are splitting it into 2 n by 2 point DFTs. What about the output of each of these 2 n by 2 point DFTs? This would, the first one will be even, this will be odd. See, it is 0, 2, 4, 6, so it is even, this is odd. Just a representation of what we have already told, that is a DFT is again split into 2, one will be even part and the other will be odd part. So you are illustrating it with the help of a butterfly flow graph, and this is another one, butterfly flow graph of FFT. So there is nothing to explain in this diagram. You just go through 1 or 2 times this diagram and you will understand the trick behind drawing this particular diagram. It's nothing but just understand the concept. You are given an endpoint sequence where n is equal to 8, so you have x0 to x7. Its DFT is split into 2, one comprising of even components and the other comprising of odd components. Okay. So in this you give more stress, or you learn thoroughly decimation in time, the principle, the algorithm, the various computational steps involved in writing this DIT algorithm, then the differences and similarities between DIT and DF, etc. Now this is your assignment, or this is the last topic of this unit, DSP technique, or unit 2. So this is the assignment. Discuss about 8-point DFT using radix 2 DIT FFT with possible computations and illustrations. So for this you can go to Google search, or you can refer some Google books and all. So write what all things that you get, you understand, and then write down as your assignment. The theory, the computations behind it, or the illustrations, and also you can have more time. The last date of submission is 5th October 2020. I hope this time is far more than enough. So do have a detailed reading and writing, and then please try to submit the assignment on date. So with this, we have reached the end of the unit 2 DSP techniques. Okay, so please note down the assignment and please submit it, try to submit it on time. Okay, then today this is enough. Thank you.